my husband and I redid our downstairs bathroom over the course of about 2 years, and we just finished it last summer. And we were so proud of it and so happy with it, and we still really are, really enjoy this space. And I'm going to make a confession. I don't love cleaning. I've tried to love it. I've tried to get into it. I do love Clean Mama, Becky Rapinchuk. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correct. She's really helped me to develop systems for cleaning, and I feel like I've got my house more sort of under control, but I don't love it, and I would like that to change. Not that I have to love it, but I'm trying something new. So, as I've mentioned in some previous recent videos, I've been reading all of Marie Kondo's books, and her latest book about the house and home. And also got Clean Mama's brand new book from 2020 as well recently. And so, what I'm trying to focus on with cleaning, or what I'm trying to work in, are two things actually. One is like a certain meditativeness, and I am finding Marie Kondo's advice really helpful here, where she sort of suggests like thanking your things for the hard work that they do for you, which is not something that it's not really a way that I think, but I think it resonates though, nonetheless. There's something to that. And so as I'm here cleaning my bathroom, I'm just meditating on, remembering how we found this vanity. So I'm focusing on just being grateful for the space that I'm cleaning, and grateful for all the work that it does for our family and how it supports our family. And it's and the other thing that I'm trying to think about and meditate on while I'm in here is, or just remember how much fun we had putting this room together, my husband and I, and all the planning that went into it. I actually have a video about that, which I will link down below for you if you want to see our slow-mo bathroom reno final results. But we really had a great time with this room, and for so long we suffered with half-done bathroom because it, a combination of reno fatigue and having 5 kids and trying to do renovations means that all of our projects go slow, and we sort of chip away at them over time. And then when they're finally done, the enjoyment, however, is immense. So I'm just focusing on those things and trying to savor and take my time and not rush the cleaning. I have a terrible habit of trying to rush through life in general and trying to cram and jam too many things into too little time. I guess you could say one way to look at that is to say that one is time optimistic, which means that you think that you could get more things done in a certain allotted amount of time than is actually possible. I am definitely time optimistic. On the other hand, being time optimistic, the downside of that, or the negative way to look at it, is that you're putting inordinate stress on yourself to get an unrealistic amount of tasks accomplished, and it's just going to result in you stressing out and snapping and being an unpleasant person to be around. So I will cop to that as well. So I'm trying to be less time optimistic and just take my time. For example, the bathrooms in the Clean Mama system, and hence my system because I've adopted it, the bathrooms are a Monday chore. So this was a Monday that I was working on the bathroom. And Becky's system, she suggests speed cleaning the bathrooms. I have 2. So she has a system where you can get both your bathrooms clean, saying you have 2, in about 10 minutes. And it is a really great, efficient system. However, this particular day, I had been sick, and so the bathroom hadn't gotten clean the week before, and I just decided not to rush. And so as of this recording, I haven't even cleaned the upstairs bathroom because I just spent a lot of time in the downstairs bathroom, and I took my time instead of stressing and rushing. And oddly, since I wasn't trying to push myself to rush, I found myself enjoying the process of cleaning the bathroom even more. There's really nothing like a sparkling clean bathroom. It really lifts your mood when your sink is sparkling, I find. And there's such a hard wearing area, especially with 5 kids in and out all day long. They really could probably stand to be cleaned more than once a week, at least the sink. But we try to get to it at least once a week, or I do rather. Something else that I have started doing to try to shift my mentality about cleaning is my kids are all getting older now, and all but the littlest can do some serious help with the chores around the house. Now, the bathroom is one area that I really like to clean myself because I want it done. I want it to be very, very sanitary and clean. And I, at this point in my life, do not have the patience to go and correct my son's efforts to clean the bathroom. I've decided discretion is the better part of valor there, and I'll just do it myself. But they can definitely do a great job on other chores that they're assigned, and they do. And I think it's a really important part of raising kids to teach them how to clean. I actually learned to clean from my mother. She taught me everything I know about cleaning, and she was an excellent teacher because she's very cleanly. And I still, her methods and knowledge are things I use to this day in my own home. So I'm trying to pass that on to my children as well by divvying up the chores with them in our system, our Clean Mama system. And I like to think of them as my staff. So I like to think of myself as the housekeeper, as in like in Downton Abbey. I can't think of her name right now. The Mrs. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry. So I know that you all can help me. But I'm trying to think of myself kind of as her, and my children as my little staff that I manage and assign tasks to. And it's kind of a fun way to look at it. So I am my house's housekeeper in that sense. And of course, in the Downton Abbey sense, housekeeper means so much more than simply just cleaning, but it's really, managing the household and overseeing and taking care of everything. So I have found that has helped me somewhat in my struggles to at least dislike cleaning less anyhow. And then another thing I thought of when I was in here, if you're familiar with my channel at all, you know that I do a lot of videos on interior decor and design, and we are in the process of slow motion renovating an 1870s farmhouse in Kentucky. I love interior design. It is a great passion of mine. It has been since I was a little kid, and this bathroom was actually inspired and dedicated to my great aunt Barbara, who was an interior designer and really encouraged me in my interest in that direction. But that being said, I was thinking as I was cleaning this bathroom, it's kind of funny. I do love interior design, and couldn't I somehow at least transfer a tiny spark of that love into loving keeping my things clean and tidy, because it keeping things clean and tidy is very important to your interior design. It's absolutely integral. So I'm trying to think of myself too as somewhat of an interior designer as I'm here wiping fingerprint smudges off of my door. Housekeeper, interior designer, and also this is a great time to just meditate and have a little bit of quiet time. The floor in our bathroom. Okay, so I am reading Marie Kondo's book, Karashi at Home, right now, and she has a very interesting page in there about flooring. Now, in Becky, the Clean Mama's method, you clean the bathroom floor a different day of the week, and cleaning the bathroom floor is something I often outsource to my kids because we have a spray mop and they can do a pretty good job with it, and they do. Or even sometimes I ask them to do it on their hands and knees and they do fine. But I read this page in Marie's book and I was very inspired to try what she recommended, which was she pointed out that in Japan, part of the Japanese child's school day is at the end of the school day, they clean their own classrooms. They don't have a janitorial staff in their schools. The children clean. And the way they clean the floor is they'll have a cloth or a sponge, and they push it in front of them from one side of the room to the other while they're sort of in a down dog position. And they just do that back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And apparently she read in some Japanese health book that I don't recognize the title, but apparently that kind of motion where you're moving across a floor in like a down dog position is really ideal for working out kinks in your legs and in your back. And I do enjoy doing yoga and Pilates quite a bit, as well as ballet, which is my first and primary love. I love doing bar workouts and ballet, but also yoga and Pilates. And I thought, well, golly, if I could do, like a down dog and clean my floor, that would be pretty cool. And let's see if it works out some of the stiffness in my legs, which is lingering from having the flu last week. And so that's what I did. And the floor really did need like a really, every once in a while your floors need more detailing than just a mop. And this floor certainly did. And then Marie Kondo also says, when she cleans her floor, she thanks the floor for supporting her all day long. And I won't say that I was able to quite thank the floor, but I felt very grateful to the floor, and I enjoyed looking at the tile, and I remembered how much fun it was searching for this particular tile and how long it took us, and how it was really serendipitous in the end that we did find it at all, and how much we really love it, my husband and I. And I especially love it because it makes me think of my time in Spain, where some of the places I stayed had these beautiful encaustic cement tiles or beautiful azulejo tiles up the wall. And so this tile is a great reminder of that. So it was actually really fun to stretch my back and legs and go up and down this floor and just kind of reacquaint myself with my tile. I would not probably do this in other rooms in my house that are much larger. That might be a bridge too far for me, but the bathroom is small enough that it was actually an enjoyable and short project. And I did leave the room with a renewed sense of appreciation and gratitude for this beautiful tile. Of course, it wouldn't be a fun day of meditative cleaning if I didn't rearrange my living room furniture yet again. So here we are. I did like the two wingback chairs on either side of the fireplace, but these two chairs over here on the side just did not work out right. They moved around too much. You can see the way they are now. This is kind of what happens to them when people were using the room. So I decided that it was time to try to put the rocking chair right by the fireplace, which is what my husband has always wanted. And I never thought it was the right thing to do, but I'm going to remember the advice I got when I was reading Colfax and Fowler, The Best in Interior English Decoration by Chester Jones a couple weeks ago. And he said, if you put like a wooden chair next to the fireplace, of course, fireplace is usually going to be the focal point in your room. So if the chair that's like kind of right there isn't the most plushy, comfortable chair, people aren't really going to mind because it still feels cozy and good to sit there, and they're not going to care that it's maybe a harder or unupholstered chair. So with that in mind, I commenced to tidy this room and move the furniture again. this is how I ended up this time. I have my big overstuffed chair there. So everything in the main area around the fireplace is now the same height. Yay. I mean, the tops of the chairs and sofa. My sofa is vintage 1950s, and then the other two chairs are low slung, and then we've got the higher wingback chairs here and the wingback glove seat up against the wall. I'm not sure if it's going to stay there, but my husband is over the moon to have his rocking chair by the fireplace, and he loves to sit there and read. He moved the magazine rack over, so I am glad that I've made the room more comfortable for him. And I do think that this is the best seating arrangement that we've managed to get in here so far, with the givens, which at the moment this is the furniture that we have. So pretty pleased with it, and it's still got seating for a lot of people, which is important to us because we do like to entertain. Speaking of givens, I am planning to make curtains, or rather Roman shades or London shades or Austrian shades for this room, and also do some slip covers. And I really do want to go for patterns and prints. So my latest idea was to look at Etsy, where they have a lot of block print manufacturers out of India who sell on Etsy, and you can buy fabric by the yard. This particular one is called Shivala Jaipur. I think they're right out of Jaipur, which I think is a major textile area of India. So I'm looking at those, but I realize that since I want to do prints, I'm going to have to be really careful and do a lot of mood boards, and I'm going to be reading up a lot on how to do multiple prints in a room without having it look completely crazy. There's a way to do it where it looks amazing, and there's a way to do it where, it's complex, so it can quickly veer off track. So stay tuned for information about that. I'll be sharing it as I get it and assimilate it. And I'm really looking forward to doing that project this summer when things are a little calmer around here, when school's out. But this is, if you want to check out these prints on Etsy, they have beautiful fabric, and they also make dresses and pajamas, and they're gorgeous. After I tidied up the living room, I decided to give my floors in my front hallway a quick once over. These are waxwood floors, and they probably do another wax pretty soon. You're supposed to do it every 6 months to a year. It's not a hard process. I have a few videos about it. I've actually gotten to enjoy it. But in between, I just take a barely damp microfiber mop head and just run it up and down. And this hallway is another project that I'm really hoping to get to this summer. I'm hoping to paint the doors and paint the ceiling and hopefully the walls. So hopefully I'll be getting some paint samples soon and moving along with those projects. In the meantime, it is amazing how much dirt your floor has on it, even when it looks like it's basically clean, and it just feels so good to get it all up. I'm particularly motivated this week because of Marie Kondo's book. She talks about how she wipes the entrance of her house, I think, every day, and keeps it clean. And that's supposed to just kind of make your house a welcoming place. And it makes sense, really, the way she puts it. And it is really nice to have a clean, shining entranceway. I went ahead and mopped my dining room as well, and thought about how much I really need to get in here and wax this floor. I have never waxed it since we've lived here, and I finally lost some of my fear over damaging the floors after I'd done enough research, and so I'm confident that I could get in here and wax this and have it looking much better. But hopefully that'll be a project for soon. after all that was done, I took a minute to look at my new book that I got from the library. I actually asked our local library system if they would please buy this book. It's the Duval Kitchens book. So Duval Kitchens, they have a show on the Magnolia Network called For the Love of Kitchens. It is the most wonderful show ever. I couldn't recommend it highly enough. I cannot wait till their new season comes out. They've done 2 seasons now, and they've won an Emmy Award, and now they have come out with a book. And if you're not familiar with Duval, they're English kitchen designers out of Leicestershire, England, and they also now have a showroom in New York. They make the most beautiful kitchen furniture that I have ever seen. They have a great section in here about floors, and the whole book is just really inspirational. I'm really enjoying paging through it. So I will link it down at the bottom in case you're interested in checking it out for yourself. Please let me know in the comments. I would love to know, do you love cleaning your house? Do you hate cleaning your house? Is it somewhere in between? What kind of strategies have you found to motivate yourself or elevate this task into more than just sort of the dreaded chores? I would love to hear all about it in the comments. Thanks so much for cleaning and tidying and rearranging furniture with me today, and I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye for now.